According to Global New Light of Myanmar on January 10th, the government of Myanmar has launched a large-scale, comprehensive campaign to dismantle and remove illegal construction projects used for online fraud and unlawful gambling activities in the Shwe Kokko and KK Park areas, long regarded as major hotspots for high-tech and transnational crime. This campaign is widely viewed as one of the most forceful and determined actions taken by Myanmar's authorities to date against cybercrime networks. It reflects a clear political commitment to restoring law and order in areas that have, for years, been exploited by criminal syndicates to build infrastructure supporting online scams, illegal gambling operations, human trafficking, and other serious crimes. The concentration of such activities in Shwe Kokko and KK Park has not only posed a serious threat to domestic security, but has also damaged Myanmar's international image. Government officials stated that interagency task forces, including the military, police, security forces, and relevant civilian authorities, have been mobilized to conduct comprehensive inspections across the entire area. These operations were carried out in a coordinated and systematic manner, focusing on identifying illegal buildings, confiscating and destroying equipment used for online fraud and gambling, and dismantling accommodation facilities that had served as bases for criminal operations. During the campaign, authorities destroyed large quantities of electronic devices, servers, network systems, telecommunications tools, and other technical equipment that had been used to operate online scam centers and virtual gambling platforms. At the same time, hundreds of illegally constructed buildings were demolished and leveled in order to completely eliminate the physical infrastructure that enabled these illicit activities, thereby preventing any possibility of the criminal networks re-establishing themselves in the future. Notably, on January 9th, Myanmar's authorities completed the demolition of the last two illegal structures in KK Park's Subzone 2, located in the Myawaddy-Maythotali area. This milestone marked the total eradication of criminal accommodation and operational facilities within KK Park, which had been considered one of the most notorious and complex hubs for online fraud along Myanmar's border regions. Official figures show that all 635 illegal structures serving unlawful purposes in KK Park have now been destroyed. Of these, 148 buildings were located in Subzone 1, 62 buildings in Subzone 2, and a staggering 425 buildings in Subzone 3. The scale of the demolitions highlights how deeply entrenched and extensive the criminal operations had become, as well as the significant effort required by the authorities to dismantle them entirely. The demolition process employed a combination of methods, most notably controlled explosions alongside heavy machinery. The use of explosives was carefully calculated to ensure safety for demolition teams and surrounding areas, while enabling the rapid and complete destruction of reinforced structures. Bulldozers, excavators, and other large-scale construction equipment were deployed continuously under tight schedules to accelerate the clearance of the sites. Beyond these measures, to ensure that the illegal structures were rendered entirely unusable, authorities began implementing incineration using fire barrels starting on December 14th. This method was applied to buildings that had been partially dismantled but still retained the potential for reuse or concealment of illegal activities. The combination of demolition, controlled blasting, and burning demonstrated a determination to eliminate all remnants of criminal infrastructure without leaving any opportunity for revival. In Subzone 3 alone, an additional 5 two-story buildings were completely destroyed on January 9th. This brought the total number of structures fully eradicated in that subzone to 121, underscoring the particularly high concentration of criminal activity in that area. Officials confirmed that remaining illegal buildings in other sections would continue to be demolished using the same methods until all unlawful facilities were entirely removed. Government representatives emphasized that eliminating online fraud and illegal gambling is not merely a short-term campaign, but a long-term national responsibility. The Myanmar government reaffirmed its firm stance that cybercrime and related illicit activities will not be allowed to take root anywhere within the country's territory, regardless of their scale or level of sophistication. Authorities also acknowledged that online fraud and illegal gambling networks are often transnational in nature, exploiting complex border regions, legal loopholes, and weaknesses in enforcement mechanisms. As a result, Myanmar has identified enhanced international cooperation as a critical pillar in addressing the problem at its core. In the coming period, Myanmar's law enforcement agencies will continue to strengthen close coordination between domestic forces and the governments of neighboring countries, particularly in areas such as intelligence sharing, joint investigations, extradition of suspects, and border control. The ultimate goal is not only to dismantle the physical infrastructure of scam operations, but also to eradicate the organizational, financial, and human networks that sustain these crimes. The campaign in Shwe, Kokko, and KK Park is widely seen as a significant step forward, sending a strong message that Myanmar is taking decisive action to clean up its security environment and protect both its citizens and the international community from the serious harm caused by cybercrime. At the same time, it is regarded as an important foundation for rebuilding trust, restoring social stability, and creating more favorable conditions for sustainable economic development in the years ahead. Thank you for watching this story. If you found it meaningful, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this video. And now it's time to say goodbye. Thank you for staying with Societal Stories.